Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to one and all present here. Our distinguished guest of honor for today, our mentor, and my fellow teammates. Today, it is a great honor to have our distinguished speaker of the day with us, Dr. Ramesh Badoni, who has graced this event with his presence to share his knowledge and experience with us. Today, we will engage in an interactive session with him, and I hope that this turns out to be a very insightful session for the entire team. But before we move on, let us know more about the organization and how we function. One thing that is constant in this world is change, and we aim to bring change most contribute betterment. And what can be a better medium of advancement than education? At Sarkari School, under V Citizen Foundation, we function with a similar motive, that is to acknowledge the contribution of personalities who are contributing to the cause of education. As our name suggests, Sarkari, which means by government, we seek to revamp the deteriorating image of government schools, and we are taking constant steps in this direction. We seek to address various issues related to education, like the problem of menstruation, girls' education, health, lack of infrastructure, etc. And these tasks are bestowed upon our diversified projects like Project Gudya, Project Vedna, Project Arugya, etc. So, one such team functioning under Sarkari School is Policy Advocacy and Research Team. We are actually a team of policy enthusiasts and budding researchers. Our strategy is to work on policy research pertaining to various topics of education in India to elevate existing policies and programs, measure the impact of such programs, and suggest action oriented recommendations. The team also aims to serve as a knowledge platform for teachers, bureaucrats, policymakers, and other stakeholders. So I hope all in all, everyone here is present with a consensus to contribute towards the cause of betterment of education. So without any further ado, let me quickly invite Rimsha to introduce our guest of honor today. Over to you, Rimsha.
Uh, Thank you, Ria. Good day, everyone. I feel elated to introduce our guest speaker as he is a living inspiration for all of us. He is a distinguished educationalist whose mission is to decorate the life of underprivileged children with colors of joy. He is a two-time National Award recipient in the field of education and a Fulbright Distinguished Teacher Fellowship Awardee 2021. A very first teacher from Uttarakhand who was selected for this prestigious award. Belonging from Pujargaon village of Tehri district, he suffered a lot during his childhood to attain the quality education. He started his career as a reservoir engineer in ONGC Limited, but the spark to not let upcoming generations struggle the same way as he did forced him to quit his job and become a teacher in a remote, socially and economically backward hilly area of Uttarakhand. Currently, he is working as a physics lecturer in Government Inter College, Misras Patti, Dehradun. He strongly believes in delivering the quality education by helping a unique individual. He also runs a school named Sri Chandra Badoni Public School in the hilly terrains of Uttarakhand to make sure that good education reaches the last mile of the most difficult places of our country. He is here today to deliver a speech of wisdom, knowledge, inspiration, and experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Ramesh Prasad Badoni. Please give him a round of applause. I request, sir, to please unmute your mic and start the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening to all of you. Yeah, start your queries. I think you told everything about me. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, so first we would like for you to guide us and then we will move towards the interaction.
What exactly you want to ask?
Yeah, I was saying that first you can guide us a bit and then we can move towards the interaction session, like wherein we would ask you a few questions and all.
As you already read my biography and whatever I did, that is there. From my side, if you people would like to ask anything what we can do better for education and what I did in my field, that way I can answer. The thing is, if I will elaborate everything, I don't know where to start and where to end. So I think if you will start from your query, so maybe I can start what
Yes,
exactly
sir,
you
sure.
would like to ask.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, let's proceed. Arushi can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So, very good evening to you. My very first question is I've read many things about you. So, as in your own words, you said that a teacher should be free from all prejudices. So, what are some of the prejudices that you specifically find in the Indian education sector?
It's my experience when I was a student. At that time, there are, you can say that if it is not prejudice, but maybe discrimination, that is there in our system, and the student face problem even at school level, and there are some differences, you can say individual differences that comes from teacher side, from community side, or you can say our system is like that. The people who are studying in remote areas, they have a different kind of setup, and the people who are in urban areas, they have different setup. So even place to place, and we have variety of individual differences, and because of that, the mentality of the people changed, and that comes to in a student end when they have to do something like they want to pursue some career, the parents, family, community, even teacher itself, they are obstacle for them. So there are things still, we do have such problem in our education system where teacher are biased. Maybe they are trying to not bias, but partially or somewhere they are means they are biased. And how it can be eradicated, that is difficult to say every time, but because of the limitations of the people or teachers itself in an environment, they cannot avoid everything. So because the system is running that way, though we have so many things now happening good, but somewhere we have problem, and that comes because of language, religion, caste, or gender. So there are things, even economic, and so many conditions are there why we people are facing this thing. And I think it will remain. There are so many things, like because I am a teacher in a government setup, so I cannot say everything in a black and white, because there are some limitations for me as well. But system are like that, we cannot open everything. That is also there for me as well. But like you are a student and people are trying to tell you, means you are free and you can do everything, but it's not like that. It's not like that. There are some means limitations, what has been enforced on the student or even from the family. So they are not still they have problem. So I can say only one thing, though we have so many kind of discrimination or injustice in the system, but even then we people are managing. So now we are adaptable, we can say.
Yes, sir, surely, surely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Pritika wants to ask something, so I'll give her.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I have a question for you. As you have been working largely with the underprivileged children, what are some very common yet ignored areas of discrimination in education facilities of these children as compared to normal students in the country, like the students belonging to privileged schools or better schools?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very close to the first question. The problem is like place to place, we have limitations, right? For even for everyone, we have limitations. You can say suppose the people who are studying in urban areas, they have different kind of setup. Maybe they don't have good human resource, but they have infrastructure. So if you go to the remote areas or even hilly areas or even somewhere in villages, you will not find any facilities like infrastructure are zero. Students are sitting in open, and even they don't have proper toilets or sanitation facilities, water facilities. And even if you will go to the classroom, the horrible classrooms. So means even then teachers they want to go in urban areas, but they don't want to prefer to go in the village or in rural areas. So that is the problem. But there are teachers as well. We cannot say everyone is like that. There are teachers or the people who are looking after such schools, and the student are doing something better than in some areas than the people who are studying in urban areas. Like if we talk about value based education, so that still exists in villages and in rural areas. Why I am saying value based education means they accept their teachers, they believe in their teachers, they have a full trust, and because whatever the teacher is saying to them, whatever the teacher is doing in the classroom, they accept it as granted. They are the change agent for them. But if you are or we are in urban areas, then that kind of acceptance is not there. Means they are busy with means you cannot say everything, but if they have some gadgets, some technology, so they avoid teachers. Maybe they feel these things are the replacement of the teacher. But in rural areas, in villages, they accept the teachers, so they believe. But the thing is, because of facilities, we have problems. But because if you have you have that kind of belief in you that you can do something for your student, then you have to do something like we teachers are doing in remote areas. We arrange resources by any means, or means either paying ourselves or asking for from the NGOs or some people, and they help us. And then we try to provide best things to them, so that they have feel okay, we are, though we are in a rural areas, but they have experience. They can see the like smart TV, and they can have you can say means some different kind of gadgets that what people are using in urban areas as well. But we cannot say means education can be compared with the gadgets. Means we need a quality teacher and the teachers who can be a change agent for them. So that is happening, but the rate wise, if you compare the system in urban and rural areas, you will find lot of difference in values and knowledge as well. I think you got my point. And if you will compare like money and some other thing, then there is a big difference. But learning wise, they are better. Those are in rural areas. And even if you see the studies, so there are the differences. we have the findings like that. The people who don't have facilities, even they are doing better than in some respects from the people who are in urban areas. Yeah, Pratika are you agree or?
Yes, thank you for that answer. Kinnari wants to ask a question. Yes, Kinnari, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I read that you were selected for the Fulbright Distinguished Award scholarship. So that entailed a 1 month long program in the US. So over there, what were the few things you learned about teaching, or are there some things which we can be implemented in the Indian education system?
You are talking about selection or my study over there?
Your study over there.
Okay. Actually, it is around 5 month program. So I
Okay.
was there for 5 months, and
Okay.
actually it's kind of exposure for the teachers who can see the means education setup in their schools, in their universities. So actually I have to finish one inquiry project over there. My project was like how can we do assessment and how we can achieve evidence-based technology integration in classroom, and especially for the remote schools and where we don't have online facilities. So the main focus was on evidence-based integration of technology in school curriculum. So because I am a physics teacher, so students have a problem in especially in physics and mathematics. So my core area was how we can use technology for the physics classroom and mathematics classroom. If they have a fear of studying physics and mathematics, how we can minimize that one, and how can we give them evidence. Actually, these are the facts behind the theories or principle, what they are doing in the classroom, what they are learning in the classroom. So the main difference I found, what we have in India, that our classroom are not technology enabled. Because of that, we are not able to tell the student in the real time what exactly they are learning from the theories, whatever we are just telling on the screen or green board, whiteboard. So they are just grasping the thing, but they don't have that facility to explore themselves in a different platform. So that is lagging here. And in US, in the different school we visited, even in other states of the US, what we have seen, every student have facility at their end, at their table, where you have to give them a link or you have to give them some sort of content where from they can find out what exactly the teacher is speaking about, and then you can flash that thing on the screen. So means in one time you do have a collaborative learning. Everybody is in one platform, no hierarchy, nothing is hidden. So every student can participate because they all are engaged in one common situation. So here we as a teacher in India, we just give lecture on a topic and they just listen, and after 5-10 minutes the teacher away, student away from the main concept, and they engage with something different one. There they have a means consistency in one topic because they have lot of resources to quench their thirst about the topic. Like suppose we are talking about a Doppler effect. So if we are teaching in an Indian classroom, or you can say the teacher is not well prepared, well equipped with the knowledge, who can deliver the content in a different way, variety of way, according to the learner, right? So that is not here. And that one is in US system, though the students are not that much honest, but because they are engaged, so by any means they learn. Here we don't have that one. Here we are forcing them to learn, and even we don't have that kind of system to means judge the student who is really interested in particular stream or in a particular subject. So means it is a kind of forced learning, and there it is not like that. So they come with their own interest. Okay, I'm interested in this particular lesson. If they are not interested, they usually take a card or permission and they go out. But here, by hook or crook, you have to sit in the class till teacher is inside the classroom. So that way, the learning doesn't happen that I experienced.
I would like to add on, I think something, a problem by Indian schools is also the disproportionate ratio between one teacher and how many students are in the class. So, if in your school, in classes which you have taught, have you used like some innovative methods which can be implemented by other teachers to engage students, especially in big classrooms?
Yes, especially actually, I am doing all these things since 2006.
Yeah.
And because of that, using technology appropriately as per the age group, as per the level of the student, I'm using. But it depends in which school you are. So earlier, when I started my career, that time I was around 350 kilometers away from my hometown. And then there I just arranged some like desktop that time. And I started doing something with the student. Like that time we were using origami and 10 gram just to experience mathematics and just do something like whatever topic you want to teach to the student. So that time, because I was very new to them also, but that time I started with them like project-based learning. So that time even I think very rarely people were using project-based learning, but I started that time. And then I shifted to, because I am a government servant, so the policies are like that. Then I got transferred to another school. And in that school, again, I started like role play methods, and even we started same thing, project-based learning, and we do some area visit different places, and then different kind of work we started so that they can have experiential learning at the field. So means in a week, one day, or in a month, some 1 day or 2 day, if principal or your boss allow you, then I usually did that job. So I took my student even in different industries, in hydropower stations, where they can have a feeling how the principle, how the physics actually work in ground. But it is not possible all the time. It depends on your head of the department, because sometimes they say, no, you cannot take girls and boys all together, and even so many things. So, but if you have that kind of means gesture, okay, I will do it. So the principal allows some time, but sometime problems are there. Means so blindly you cannot take all the time steps. But even then, I took the challenges, and somewhere I passed in my challenges. Because of that, in 2012, Government of India, when there was ban on using mobile phone in classroom, ban on mobile phone for the teachers using in the teaching in classroom. Even that time I dare to use these mobile phone, and even I had given to the student. and just I borrow the mobile phone from the teachers and I'd given to the student. That time we do have a means keypad phone, not a smartphone. So even then, that time I given to my student, I accept the challenge. And one day you will not believe, my principal told me you will not use anything now, even your laptop or your mobile in the classroom, because you are just disturbing the whole school. Because every student usually just coming to my classroom. So the principal have a problem, discipline problem. And because if you will change something, then the people attracted there. So other teachers and even other means that problem is there. So, but that one managed. And once I got that award from President of India, because of this new revolutionary change, the teacher is using mobile phone inside the classroom without permission of principal, without permission of director of education. So they appreciated, and then it was like freedom for me. Okay, then I can use. And after that, I mentor some teachers. Okay, you can do that way. You can engage your classroom, and student will have better learning, better exposure. They will have feel okay, they can do something new because they understand. So after 2012, 13, I did so many things new. Now we do have a smart TV, so we arrange it. Even we have LCD, other facilities. So now it's better to explain things to the student. And now recently I placed to the new school. So there we have some more facility. So now we can engage a student, and now I am taking them to exposure visit to the different even industries. The risk is there only, means from a student side, if they are not following you, if they will do something, means they will cheat, then you will have problem, because then government can sack you at any time. But without taking any risk or without taking any kind of step, you cannot explain to the student, because they won't change. And in classroom you cannot do any change, because you don't have anything to means tell them, to show them. So it is only the place when you can take them outside, so then they can visualize the world, and then they learn better, and then they trust on you. So that bonding between teacher and student comes outside rather inside the classroom. So I feel once I take the student outside, they are free and they are open to speak. Once they are open to speak with you, they share their problem with you, then the teacher is capable to manage, and he knows then how to teach them, how to engage them, and how to take work from them. Otherwise, in classroom situation, we are bounded from so many things. So that must be means by any means that must be eliminated. That's why I usually tell to everyone, teacher must have little freedom. If that freedom will not be there, then problems are likewise going, it will remain.
Yes, sir, exactly. Like your in like the initiatives which you have taken to like kind of revolutionize the way of teaching were like really ahead of time. Like just that I thought about it, you started all this in 2006. Like literally I was 3 years old at that time.
Ah,
So like we can visualize the change which you have brought in at that time. So I would like to next call upon Shraddha to ask a question, and meanwhile, I would request everybody who are ready with their questions to raise their hands. So I'll call out your names. Okay.
Okay, good evening, sir.
good evening.
So, yes, we very well understood how you explained the digital divide and the division between India and Bharat, which we call because of urban and rural India, that because of the differences in the resources and the facilities. So now my question is that in this world of commercialization and industrialization of education, how can we tone down this industrialization of education, and how can we use the community resources for the learning and the education of children?
Great. Now, so many teachers are there who are just contributing for the society. Even in India, even in outside also, we do have now open education resources, free education resources available. People are contributing. So it is up to student now how they can use the resources. And even now, from the government of India, we do have so many platforms they launched where we do have contents, we have online courses, free online courses. So now we have opportunities. That way we cannot say everything is commercialized. But yes, it's true. Our education is like that. Means those are in government school, there they are paying just fee of 50 rupees, not more than 50 rupees, maybe somewhere 20 rupees. But after 10 plus 2, they have means everything changed. Then in higher education means they have problem. Or if we differentiate education in a elementary level or in a means 10 plus 2 level, we have public school system or government school system. There are a lot of studies going on, so there is not very big difference in learning ends. There are very few schools they are doing very good. Otherwise, we do have almost same learning outcomes, same achievement level. If we compare the schools of Delhi or Uttarakhand or even Bihar, so from the government schools or public schools, the comparative studies are almost same. So money wise, it will be our just dilemma where we are not in a position to differentiate, but the schools are doing almost same. Now the thing is commercialization. So it will remain because even government is earning from such institution. So they are giving permission to them, and that's why they are charging money, or it's called brain drain policy. So this brain drain policy is in India, and it is not from means since last 10 or 12 years, but it's happening since many years. If you see the brain, who is capable, who is really intelligent, best scholars they are not in India, and even they don't want to stay in India. They are ready to sell their property, their houses for study, and they are going abroad, and then they are getting settled down over there. So this is a brain drain problem. And if it will be continue, the day is not very far when we will have collapsed education, means we will be handicapped, because we need brain, we need intelligent people here in our system. If we will not get good scholar, good teacher, good doctors, good engineers, and then we will 100% depend on others, and then we will have problem. So it comes from school. In a school, we have to identify the scholars, and the teachers and even the bureaucrats or our leaders should understand. If they will understand, then this, like you are saying, if someone is studying in Stephen College and then Miranda House, they are feeling that they are different one. And if someone is in a simple central university, so that kind of things once comes in a mind of a student, so they feel a divide, and because of that, you can understand what is happening. So we all are like same one. Either you are a student or working somewhere. I'm teacher. So we have a problem because of such things. Even reservation is one of the big reason when we discard the talent, and then they do follow some other track. And this one, like if you have money, then you will get admission in like Ahmedabad IIM or like somewhere else. And if you don't have, you have to go somewhere in a government school, government college, government university for management. So that way we have discrimination. And this discrimination, or you can say money wise education, it will create problem. So that is not in our hand. Actually, that is policymaker, or is a leadership who can change this one, and they should. Otherwise, means all the time we will talk about Finland education, we will talk about Indian education, we will talk about US education, and that comparison will not go. We will continue the comparison. But if we want solution, we have to think on these things. Otherwise, a teacher and students are same brain, or you can say education never differentiate the brain. We people, that money differentiate the brain. So it's a nature of a human being. If you pay more, you will earn more. So, there are a term, they usually say investment on return. So if you will invest more, so definitely you will go somewhere else to get that return. That is the problem. You got my
Yeah,
point?
yeah. Thank you
Means
so much for your
even I can speak only about the problem. Means
right.
or you just can listen. Is in somebody hand who can do the change.
Yes, exactly, sir. Even if we are all aspiring to change the education system, there are certain things which are out of our control, which are in the hands of the policymakers, and I guess we all do agree to that. So,
Yeah.
like next up, I would like to call Pankaj to ask his question. Yes, Pankaj, please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Hello, sir. I just
Hello.
want to ask two, three questions to you. So the first question is that, like, why the scholars are they moving abroad? Like you said that, like they are moving abroad. So is it because of the money, or like there are other reason as well?
I can say, if there is a divide in education in our community or even in genders, so because now we are living in an open and global home, so they understand what is happening in US, what is happening in other countries, and what is happening here in my country. So because of that, they want to invest their learnings outside. So they will have both things. They will have acceptance, as well as they will have better learning, and you can say better earning. So means they got engagement, they got exploration, and they have facility to work more, and you can say they have a career oriented approach, or which is out of turn comparing to India. Like in India, if you are working in a system, so if you are doing something different, they may sack you or they may fire you if you will not work according to their will. But if you are in a other system, like in US system, I was there. So what I saw there, if you are of 80 years old and you have capacity to show something, to prove something, you will not fired, you will not be retired.
Wow.
Okay, you can continuously work and earn and enjoy. But here, the people are waiting for retirement when they are
Right.
very close to 60 years. So here our system makes people inactive, or you can say they don't have that kind of feel, okay, I have to explore new thing, I have to discover something new in our career. The reason is because they are not getting anything out of turn. Like Pankajji, you are doing something different in your area, so you are not means in a position to write your annual means ACR, you can say, or your appraisal is writing somebody else. though you know your appraisal better than others, but you are not in a position to talk about what you are. And in the system which is outside, the people usually ask about you. Okay, Pankaj, tell me what exactly you are doing, what other are not doing. So definitely you will display your work in that way, because they want to showcase your work. And here they ask you according to their wish. Means they will ask you like this: okay, you did MA in science or MA in political science, you want to be a leader, you want to be a politician. So if they will ask you a question this way, then 50% of your means the reply will change. Same thing, they will ask you, okay, you did this, but we are not serving this. So why you came to here, right? So you can say here education is given in a way what they want from you, but there or outside they want what exactly you are and what you can do for them, that you have to tell them. And if they satisfy, okay, this person have something different skills, different mind setup, they will take you straight away, right? So that is the main difference. The student are just leaving from India because we do have differences even in our examination. Then we have somewhere merit system, somewhere we have crowd, that big crowd.
Yeah, big
So
population.
everywhere we have such kind of things, and which is
Even in
not.
some doctor cases, like we have seen that on that time, like the people from Ukraine, they are coming here, right?
Yes, yes,
On that
yes.
time, yeah, sir. So yeah.
Even in
So
all the field, even if you see, even in IT, the people, all third or fourth person from India, they are in IT company, they are running, doing very good outside. But in India, they are not in a position to tell about themselves what work they knows.
yes,
So that you can understand. The most of the CEOs and even board of directors or scientists, they are running outside companies, but they are not in a position to tell to Indian government, but they have that kind of means brain that they can run things here.
it's- so could you like, as you have interacted there in US with the lower Nordic, so could you share your experiences with them? Because I'm just curious to know that, like, you have
Yeah, that's
interacted
why.
with, yeah, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, we have opportunity to talk with the people like who did a really different thing in their field, and they want from our side how much we are interested. Even some of the laureates told me, you just took 2 or 3 students from India, those are from very poor background, we will pay them scholarship and we will place them either in Stanford University, in California University, but they have to work for us. You got my point? What they are asking? They want some talented student who don't have any means like money to pay for, but they will pay. They are ready to pay, but they want whatever they will learn, they will serve here, and then means after way they can go to their country, they can serve, but they have to be bound with us. Whatever work we are doing here, they have to support us. So means you just see what actually they want. They want people from India so that they can support their projects, their research, because they know how much dedication the people we do have. But because of that money difference, they all have money. Their people are not especially interested in research work or even in any kind of discovery kind of work. So they want people from Asia, like from China, from India, even from Bangladesh, Pakistan. They want people from here, and they are ready to pay for them their studies. So that is the thing they want. But they people are very simple. Even they are Nobel laureates, but they are so simple. Uh, they usually say, you work for us for 1 hour or 30 minutes, we will pay $50 for you per day. but you come and show your interest. So like we Indian student have means better opportunity. Like if you are earning $50 for 1 hour, so you will take that one, because in $10 you will have a dinner and a lunch. So you definitely will accept this kind of thing. And so the people are working with them. Even one Nobel laureates was there. He have 15 Indian student, and they are just doing work in his studio. They are just cleaning lenses, and they are fixing the instrument in the table. And for that, he is paying them $20 per student for 1 hour. So in the evening, he call all the student in his studio, and they do some little work, and he usually paying for them. So one of the student from Jammu and Kashmir was saying to me, sir, it's a very good place for us. We are learning, we are earning, and we have a better chance to work with this person after some time, because here so many people are working in a research laboratory. Means they got placement inside also. So after doing work in their studio, means just, cleaning job, like.
Yes, yes.
But even that cleaning job is there to understand the entry behavior of the student. So because of that entry behavior, they are able to understand what exactly inside these students have. So they place them. Or otherwise, if they are not interested, they are free to go anywhere, because they are just paying 1 hour. In 1 hour, they are just assessing the student whether they have interest, whether they can do here or not. So that kind of things, if outside you will have, so the people will migrate or they will leave the place. So now the India is starting something new. They are changing their industrial culture, company culture. So maybe that thing will come to us, but it will take time, I think so.
Yes. So last question I'm having. So I'm from the same like state. I'm from Pithoragarh, Uttarakhand.
Ah, great.
So yes, sir. So like I just want to say that I have seen myself in my locality that there are a lot of government schools, and over the past few years, their enrollment ratio had decreased a lot, and the parents, they are sending their kids to the private schools. So
Okay.
yeah, so the infrastructure is not being utilized correctly in the government schools, and like and the students are very lesser, like 10 20 in some primary schools. So like they are not being utilized, and like it's like the chairs are empty, I mean to say that. So what would you suggest, like what we can do? Like should we go for PPP model, like public private partnership or something like that? How we can make it effective?
Pankaj ji, is a very simple. Migration is always good. Is always good, and that difference is only come out then. Like you can see, we can differentiate public school and government school once we do have both kind of school, right? So even the parents want their kid to sit in a private bus, and they have a tiffin box, they have in the morning hi bye like things. So the parents want, and they feel by English, my kid will do something different. They will earn something like others are not doing. So that difference is in their mind, and that we can say we don't have orientation in a public. So the people have that feeling the public schools are doing very good, private schools are doing good, so they are just shifting. Or even even very new school, the parents are ready to send there, and they don't have trust in the qualified teachers. Those are in a government system. So that I already told you, if you will not support your government teacher, if you will not feed your teacher with out of turn policy, you will sack them. And if you will not give them freedom to work, then the teacher itself, the community change agent, he usually speak, because they feel the difference in their community as well. So we all are from the same community. Even if my kid is not ready to go in our school because they say the kids are not sitting in a proper table and chair. They don't have good bag. They don't have tiffin. They don't have this and that. So the same public is like we all have. So because of seeing some goody things, the people are attracted there, and that's why they are dropout ratio is increasing. Or you can say if you have a willpower to change the government school, then I think nobody will go there because teachers are good. The teacher have no problem. They are selected, not recommended teacher. So once they have taken selected teachers, so they have a means they have capacity to teach in the classroom. They can do so many things better, but you have to support these teachers also. You are supporting the teachers who are just means you can say trainee teacher, or those don't have a good experience, and you have a trust they are a better teacher, then that your trust is doing that. Not teachers are doing that. Teachers are not responsible for that. Because I'm a government teacher, so my daughter usually ask me how different you are doing, even my teachers are not doing, my school is not doing. In one of my daughter left the school, one of the best school in the Dehradun St. Joseph Academy. So my daughter refused to go that school. She is saying even 1 hour we are getting in a week for computer. Then I told my school I don't have even computer period. We don't have computer as a subject in our school, but our students are doing. Sometimes they know C++, they know SQL, so they have idea. And even my daughter, she's paying around 4,000, 5,000. So last time she refused, and she is ready to go to my school. You see why this is? Because she know my father is a physics teacher, and even then he is doing so many interdisciplinary work. In their classroom, it is not happening. So I will tell you, it is my fault being a parent that I am just moving with the people, like our community people, they are sending their kids. So that is the same difference in villages also. We are seeing neighbors, we are seeing our community people, and seeing then we are changing color.
Yes.
That is the problem.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for that answer. Like I guess, like we really do have, a flawed perception of government schools. Like even if we think about like any field, like any domain of study or like anything, like most of the eminent personalities from India have like graduated from a government school. So
Yeah.
like we cannot exactly say that government schools were always bad, or of like the quality problem with government schools. So like what really needs to change is our outlook towards them. So yeah, like next up I would like to call Akansha to ask a question. And yeah, so like we are really running out of time, so Akansha, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. First of all, we are extremely grateful for having you here with all of us. So, my question is that on one hand, so you just mentioned about brain drain and other problems in the Indian education system. So, on one hand, we can appreciate government's effort of and government's vision of inviting foreign universities in India for solving all these problems. But on the other hand, my concern is that wouldn't it increase the commercialization of education, which is already a problem?
No,
Would you please address it?
I told you, if everything is free, then even there is problem. But if someone cannot pay and he is leaving the education, he is not able to complete his education, that is the problem, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that way I'm saying we have to be very much selective in these cases. Like the person who can pay, who have things at their home, they can pay, they can go in anywhere,
yes.
they are free. But a person who is from very poor background can't afford even a one-time meal, And then if you will ask him, you have to pay this much of fee, then you are supposed to in. So that is the problem. Like in a coaching institute, I will give you one example. Some
Yes.
student are just going to, like, I will not say the name, but you can see that there are so big names. Those are running coaching institute. And parents are in a miserable condition, but even then they are trying to pay them a fee for their kids so that they will have selection in a engineering or medical or somewhere. But you see, they are asking 50,000 advance or maybe 40,000 in advance and first time once you are going there. So they conduct a test, and in that test, what exactly they take out from the student, God knows. But they say, oh, no, he did very well in this test, and we will give him 80% free scholarship.
Yes, sir.
Right? And they just bound the parents in their goody words. And because of that, they have a feel, okay, now my student or my kid or my son or daughter will be a doctor one day or engineer one day. If you are not paying the next installment, they take out the seat paper and they send the kid outside of the class, or straight away they call to the parent because you did not pay. So once you will pay, we will fix the seat for him. You see, right? And if you will not do that, you are out, or they will do that kind of same job with other outside student, and they will charge 50,000 from him and he will be in. So they are earning money from every next new one.
Yes, sir.
But the person whose son or whose daughter is there, they lost. And then they will have other problem also, like depression, or so many things will come out. So I cannot say this way, but I can say one thing very clearly. If we will make a universal education and universalize exam for everything, like if you want to be a doctor, that kind of study should start from the school itself. If you want to be engineer, that kind of study should start from the school onwards. Why we do have a set curriculum for the school? Why cannot we have a curriculum in the school from the 6th class onwards or 4th class onwards, where they can learn programming, where they can learn about medical, where they can learn about aero engineering, or even you can say hydrology or any mechanical engineering. Why don't we do? How we can say that a student will not be in a position to learn all these things? If we will start Python or machine learning in class 6 or 7th, I think there is no problem with the student. They will learn, they will understand. There is no problem. It is our mindset. We people are saying when they will be of appropriate age, then they will learn.
Yes.
It is not that way. So this is the problem. Someone is earning money by running coaching institute, by running some private universities, autonomous universities. If we will design our curriculum, like for like sometime we hear skill development work is going on, this kind of courses is running now, vocational courses are running. Why we are saying vocational courses? Make them compulsory courses, and you can identify a student as per their interest. They will choose or they will pick, or even teacher will be in a position which student have that capacity, and then they can start. So this thing can be managed once we remove that barrier, the school education barrier or this university education barrier. We have to, we have to select a student at the age of 10 or at the age of 12 by seeing their brain analysis. Or brain analysis can be done. One psychological test we have to conduct, where from we can take out the decision. So these things are, this logical power is there. This right brain can work this side, this left brain can work this side. And that way you have to place the teacher in the classroom. Like suppose I am physics teacher, I am teaching in a physics classroom. And if a student is not at the pace of my lecture delivery, he will not understand me. So either he will sleep in the classroom or either he will disturb the others. But if you have a student as per your pace, like you have a selected student who have an interest in physics, then they will understand, they will learn, and they will enjoy their learning. Means they will enjoy, nothing like it. But if you will place a physics teacher who have a very good exposure and you are sending him in a remote area where where they have just they are coming to school for attendance and for a certificate, so you are wasting a human resource, very good human resource, by placing him in a remote area where the people don't have interest. They should teach them like forestry, because forestry is their field, environment is their field, tourism is their field. So they will have interest, they will explore even employment as well as, and they will enjoy that field. But you are teaching hydrology in a Rajasthan, say. So you are saying, no, Rajasthan people cannot be detached from hydrology because he should understand hydrology. Okay, he should understand, that is one thing. But will he contribute in hydrology afterwards? It is not like that. So I mean to say, you have to select the student as per their competency level, as per their learning outcome at the age of 10 or 12, and then place the human resource according to their learning capacity. Means what exactly should be given to them. Like I'm sharing one example. In most of the elementary school of America, they are teaching their student Python. And they are saying Python is very old language for us. And now in India, last year or just before last year, they introduced Python in class 9th and 10th. You see, and they are doing Python in a class when they are in a grade 3 or grade 2. So why they don't have problem? They can understand programming, they can write the program, but our student will not. So this kind of things are there, and that's why the problem is coming. I think you got my point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much for that answer. Like, even I think that the syllabus or the curriculum which we have in schools should be more open-ended. Like, we often find ourselves questioning, like, why did we study this subject till 10th, even if we had no interest in it? So, yeah. I guess now we're towards the end of the session because we are running out of time. So, before we move ahead with the vote of thanks, I would like to ask you for your feedback, sir. Like, how was your experience in this interaction?
Very good.
Just a
It's
quick
first
feedback.
time. It's very first time for me as well, because I don't know what exactly your query regarding, but your questions are like that. You want means what is the existing problem in our system? You want answer from my side. Maybe you are not satisfied, but being a teacher, my background is like that. So I can talk as per my background or my field. This is my experience, and being a teacher, we have lot of problems. But at the same time, if we can work something in different way, we can prove it. For that, even if you work honestly in your field, and you have to prove yourself. Once you will prove, the people will accept you. So everyone is like that. In Indian system, you have to prove for your existence. Otherwise, they will just declare you like you are just here to run your employment, to get money, and just to run your livelihood. But if you want to do something different, you have to work something differently.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So, now, next up, I would like to invite Kanchan to deliver a thanking speech.
Good evening, everyone. It's given me immense pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks to the speaker and the participants who, despite their busy schedules, have found time to grace this event. Thank you, sir, for your insightful answers to the questions by the member. We got to learn about different aspects of Indian education, your inputs about your experience as a Fulbright scholar was a wide perspective on difference between Indian and USA educations. Coupled with your insightful answers about brain drain and the various kinds of divides such as gender and community divides. Lastly, thank you, sir, for widening knowledge horizon by answering all the questions in interesting manners. Last but
Thank you.
not least, thanking our viewers, organizing teams, members, anchors, and volunteers for their contributions in this event. All of you worked so hard for this conference. Thank you all for your great participations. I would like to thank the member who took an opportunity to ask such insightful questions to our speakers tonight. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk openly about each and everything. But it's a great honor for me to talk this platform because Abhishek Ranjan sir is doing so many things in a different way. And he's a really big fighter. I can understand because I'm connected with him since last 3-4 years. So he's doing very differently, like for the Sarkari school, the title is very catchy. So it means if you are talking like Sarkari school, so it gives a feeling for the people like we are doing in a Sarkari school, and he expose the things like what exactly the teacher are doing in a remote schools in Sarkari school. So thank you very much, Abhishek sir, and you all people, all the means this platform people, those are present today and even those are behind the scene. Thank